100.7 The Ticket.
100 years ago, there were 100,000 tigers in the wild. Today, there are as few as 3,200. The Earth's wild animals can't speak up when they need help, but we can. Be the voice for those who have no voice. Visit worldwildlife.org.
Saturday on ESPN Radio, it's a National League showdown at Citizens Bank Park. Corbin Carroll leads the Arizona Diamondbacks into Philadelphia to face Kyle Schwarber and the Phillies.
Coverage begins Saturday at 12:30 p.m. here on Toledo's home for baseball, ESPN 100.7, The Ticket.
ESPN 100.7, The Ticket. His store and more, the Man Superstore Studios. This is 100.7 WQQO HD2 Sylvania, Toledo, a Cumulus media station. Ohio State football spring practice report.
Among the new faces on Ohio State's coaching staff this spring is senior analyst Joe Kim, who will work with the defensive line. A longtime pass rush specialist and 7th-degree black belt in Taekwondo, Kim has coached over 2 decades in the NFL and comes from the same Bill Belichick coaching tree as defensive coordinator Matt Patricia.
He just brings a level of expertise, not only to the line, defense, offensive line, skill players, a lot of combat drills, like hand-to-hand work, and he's just evolved his entire career over the last 30 years in the NFL of taking his background and then applying it to what that looks like with, you know, the violence of the game and what that looks like in the NFL for sure. So to be able to get that here in college, I think is great. It just gives our guys that head start.
Kim comes to Ohio State after 1 season at Illinois. This report was brought to you by the Ohio State Wexner Medical Center and by Weber Grills. I'm Tyler Danberg on the Ohio State Sports Network from Learfield.
There's one medical team in Central Ohio skilled enough to care for your favorite Ohio State team, and Buckeyes everywhere. The Ohio State University Wexner Medical Center is your choice for the most highly specialized orthopedic and sports medicine care. Our surgeons, physicians, and physical therapists have access to the most advanced treatments and innovative recovery approaches to get you back in your game. Because on or off the field, our team is your team. The choice for your orthopedic care is clear.
Buckeye fans, game day just got hotter. Whether you're parked in the shoe lot or grilling at home, it's not a tailgate without Weber Grill's Traveler Grill. Fires fast, folds flat, fits compact, and delivers championship flavor every time. Burgers, brats, steaks, even rival fans agree. Bring the taste of victory wherever you grill. The Weber Traveler Grill. Tailgate tough. Buckeye proud. Weber Grills. Taste the tradition. Proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-8695. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-8695. That's 800-575-8695. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
We all know shift happens.
And this month is a prime example.
Because
Williams Brothers, Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram.
Inventory is up and interest rates are down.
Banks are actively looking for buyers.
And that means right now you could save up to
$4,000 on a new Jeep.
Based on the price of the new Jeep you pick during our Declaration of Deal sales event.
That's real savings powered by a market shift in your favor.
Lower prices are in high gear and affordability is finally back where it belongs.
So if you've been waiting for the right moment to upgrade,
this may be the perfect time to shift into something nicer and newer.
Our team works hard to help you drive a car that you actually love.
For a monthly payment that makes sense.
Right now, you can save up to
$4,000
based on the price of the new Jeep you pick.
But don't wait.
Shift happens and will only last until the end of the month.
I'm Matthew.
And I'm Rhonda.
And we're your dealers for the people.
Visit us in Dundee or Monroe.
See all the ship-worthy savings at WBDundeeDeals.com.
Credit requires bank approval. Vehicle purchase price determines actual credit allowance. Negative equity may be refinanced. Nicer, newer, and for the people are registered credit marks used under license offer absolutely in April 30th, 2026.
78% of Americans live paycheck to paycheck. Even high earners, over 60%, have under $1,000 saved. But A new money move is making way. Welcome to the 24K Life, created by financial performance coach Derek Gant. The 24K Life is where high achievers master their money, sharpen their mindset, building unshakable confidence and wealth. If you're done with the survival mind and are ready to thrive, visit 24klife.org. The 24K Life. Be your best. Get the best. Leave nothing to chance.
Black and white sports, no gray.
What you don't do if you Serena Williams is allow Russell Wilson and Sierra to attend the damn event, sitting up there in damn sunglasses. That's why she lost. That's why she lost. I don't want to hear nothing about running to the corner. I don't want to hear nothing about no shots. I don't want to hear nothing about no young girls playing tennis. Damn front running. Let's ride. 1-2 step. Man, get your asses out of here.
Black and white sports, weekdays from 4 to 6 on 100.7. The Ticket.
I know you're kind of busy just now, but I want to tell you some things I never told you. I know sometimes I act stupid and I say stupid things, but you kept me around, and other people would have said, drop that bum. You give me respect. You know, it's hard for me to say these kind of things because that ain't my way. But if I could just unzip myself and step out and be someone else, I want to be you. You're real hot.
If the papers knew we were talking like this, they'd think we was crazy. Why you?
Because I'm the best and you need somebody to teach you different. You may not understand what I'm talking about now. I can appreciate that, but you will when it's over. Believe me. You will when it's over. You think I don't have any more?
You got nothing more to prove, do you?
Look, man, this is the opportunity of a lifetime.
I got a lot of more. Come on. Here we go again.
And we wish to show the American press a small portion of the advances.
What does all this do to enhance performance?
It makes a man a better man. A great athlete, a super athlete. Though most of the world is ignorant. It's showtime! It's showtime! Come on. We wish to educate your country.
In great spirits tonight. He's really putting on a show for this capacity crowd.
Shall we have a demonstration?
Please do.
As you can see, the result's quite obvious. Whatever he hits, he destroys.
Now you're gonna have to.
And so we begin, remote style, coming to you from the Southern Hemisphere, United States, Atlanta, Georgia, to be specific. Sort of a living room, home decor. Feels like a consignment home interiors open. What's up, people? Black and white sports on the location move. Thank you very much, Denny Schaefer, Hollywood Chris, and Denny Radio getting ready to move out of the neighborhood. I told you, them boys got so rich so quick. They left us. They came on the block and rolled right out. It's an abbreviated session, ladies and gentlemen, today. The fastest 90 minutes in sports. Why is this? Josh, Monty, Early, let's get moving here. Monty, sit up straight, damn it. You did it again. I told you be ready. Listen, fellas, we got to get out early. I'm sorry. The traffic here is crazy. I have somewhere I need to be. I got to get to the theater, and it's really kind of not about the show in that regard. You know what I mean? We're going to have enough show. We'll have 90 minutes of show. I don't know how much show you really need to have today to say what we need to say. There's not much to say. They're getting ready to start the Masters, okay? We're just sort of in limbo. Baseball started. There's not a whole lot to say about anything. We lost basketball. We haven't really zoned in on the NBA guys. We could talk Lakers, but who really gives a damn? People are hurt. Doesn't matter, right? So there's not a lot there. I have a few missed shots, though, from yesterday that we must get to. That's why I had to have Impress in here early. I am Andre of the Savages, everybody. Welcome to Black and White Sports, again, on location live from the suburbs of Atlanta. right? And my man Monty Features is here early on deck today. And of course, the man with the plan trying to hold the damn thing together, Josh Burnham, back at the studio. Good day to you, sir.
Good day to you too, Sav. And by the way, if the traffic's bad, try Marta.
Yeah, well, you know what? It's not in the game plan today, Josh. It's a little bit more than me involved, Josh. Again, now Monty will understand this. He knows what it means to travel in tandem, Josh. You're not really familiar with this, sir. I'm going to need you to stand down on your recommendations here. But I appreciate the sentiment nonetheless. No, we got to get going. We're just going to have to get moving around here. So thank you all. Like I said, 90 minutes strong today. Fastest 90 around here. Okay. Typically the fastest $120 in sports. You guys know that. So we got to get it moving and off and running, man. Monty Features, what's up with you today, sir? How are you?
I'm good, bro. How you, man?
Oh man, a little better every day, bro. I'm excited. I'm silly right now. I'm cool. You know, I've been out of sorts all morning. I haven't really been to sleep. You know what I mean? I've been geared up, and then we got sipping early. Because I'm the mimosaman. When I get I'm on the road. I'm the mimosaman. So you know, I was feeling right early on. You know, we got started quickly, and there were other people at the bar with us, which was strange. I was like, all these people, we all just gonna sit up here and drink like this? It's 8 o'clock in the morning. What the hell are we doing? But
you in my stomping grounds, man. You know.
Yeah, I know you. Yeah, you big dog down here. I know you know what the A is about, man. So yeah, I'm at home. I try not to really reveal too much about myself. I'm always telling the people around here way too much info. But yeah, I'm back at home. That was interesting too, because we got here from the airport. You know, we had a scene in the car because I got the Amazon here talking about what to do and signs, and then the thing with the little voice and the GPS. Cut that off.
Right.
Just tell me what is the exit where we get off so we can get to the lodging. That's all I need to know. All the rest of that, keep that, man.
Right.
Please. But yeah, man, we in the building, man. Family should be strong tonight. We're excited, everybody. My daughter, for those of you listening, checking in, this is why I'm in Atlanta tonight. Opening night. So yeah, it's time to break a leg. We love it, and I'm excited, man. So I don't know. I'm checked out. I'm gonna try to dial in on some of this conversation we need to have today, but I would imagine Denny and Chris have taken care of most of anything we can kind of go over. You know what I mean? So we're going to try to breeze through it, man. Thank you for being here, and thank you all for being here today, all right? 877-909-1007 is how you get in on the conversation if you want to do that, all right? We are brought to you by my good friends at the Bellamere Suites, everybody, and you know it in Perrysburg, but it's real live because I'm here in the suburbs of Atlanta. Nearby Cumming, GA, where you can find the extended branch of the Bellamere Suites, where we encourage you to revisit fun romance. All right, 866-499-BELLA-2352. Give them a call. The weekend is here, and you know what that means, people. It's time to Frisco Frasco. All right, so we move it and we groove it. Look, Monty, I'm not even going to really waste a lot of time here. Let me jump to this real quick because I don't want to spend too much time on it, and revisiting this feels a little awkward at this point, but I don't think it is. Josh, let me ask him first. Hold on first. Do we still have the Judge Mathis?
Yes, we do.
Okay, Monty, you're going to dig. I definitely want to hear from you on this, because here's the thing. And let me say this to you in all due respect, because I remember talking to you about this, and it's not that I misunderstood you at all, but I'm referencing this because I can remember the tone of our conversation, and the reason I'm bringing it up is because part of what you were saying, and I don't mean to imply in any way like you were saying something wrong or your view on the situation was incorrect at all, but I did notice like a typical type of theme and energy when it comes to Coach Staley. And if you'll recall, I kind of referenced that, and it wasn't that I went to go and attack Coach Staley or condemn her on an egregious level, but I did express a certain level of disappointment after I let people know I'm a huge fan. Next to Cheryl Miller, I'm going to tell you probably Dawn Staley is my woman of all time, and certainly when I consider her and the respect level that I have. So I said that at first because I knew my comments were going to be unpopular, specifically in the Black community. So I referenced it that way, Monty, because that was some of what I got from you. And almost expected to some degree, because a lot of people, they champion Coach Staley. I'm not saying you're not supposed to be a fan of her or any of that, but I think we do a dangerous thing when it's like we get in certain situations and it's almost like we lean toward the idea that the aggression, whether it's literal, whether it's figurative, whether it's communicative, we have a thing. When I say we, and people of color, and I don't mean everybody, this doesn't, again, you have to be careful because it doesn't apply to all people, but typically we have a way. We have ways, we have culture, we have things that sort of make us the people that we are, right? And so in her case, I feel like we walk down this dangerous and sort of slide down this slope where we hold her up in high regard. She's on an interesting historic crusade as a female coach and in this type of leadership position, and certainly with a program that has become extremely high profile to the extent that we are now talking about her next to Coach Auriemma and in the conversations of the Pat Summits, and maybe this is where Coach Staley will head. So here's what here's what Judge Mathis did, Monty. I think he took a foul angle here. I think it's a misrepresentation. I think it's a little bit over the top, even though, Monty, I think some of these remnants are there and the optics suggested that there was an over assertiveness by Coach Auriemma, and we all talked about it. We said there's no way he can win as a man looking aggressive in any way with a female, certainly in a public square. But listen to these comments from Judge Mathis, Monty, and we're going to talk about this because I feel like this is dangerous what he's doing here, and it's very disappointing because I know the Black community holds Judge Mathis up in very high regard. A little irresponsible here, for your honor.
Judge Mathis here. I wanted to comment on this weekend's assault against a Black woman on the basketball court against Dawn Staley, a hero, a Black hero, female, a South Carolina coach, was verbally assaulted by the Connecticut coach during a game or at the end of the game after losing by a big margin. He claims that she didn't shake his hand and that's why he verbally assaulted her. Well, camera showed that she did shake his hand, and then he came up with the excuse she took too long to shake his hand earlier and didn't come. Well, those are all excuses, but the fact is you verbally abused a Black woman, and we shouldn't stand for that without having to say something. This is symbolic of what happens much in America, and that is abusing Black women, both by white males, which he was, and sometimes by our own kind, our own brothers abusing sisters. And so I say, we have to protect our sisters, stand up, and this coach called Dino something, he should be told that he cannot disrespect our women. And what was the result? Unfortunately, I'm sure he broke the spirit of some of those players and they lost in the championship. Perhaps that's what he was trying to do, distract them so they wouldn't be at their best in playing the national championship. But we're going to stand strong and support our sister, Dawn Staley. We love you, Dawn.
So as you hear that, Monty, let me get your initial reaction because there's a few things to unpack there. And secondarily, I'll get to the team part. I was very disappointed that he went to the team part. But do you find any issue at all with the language he's using, the suggestive nature of the narrative that he's throwing out, knowing how sensitive the overall tenor of the general populace is, and certainly culturally? Do you get any issue with some of what he was saying there?
So first, I want to say I was in my initial comments, I was very careful to not make it a race thing because he did the same thing with Pat Summit, okay? And she's not African American. I think it is dangerous to frame it in that way with everything that's going on in the world.
Yes, sir.
Everything is so divisive right now, and we don't need to add more fire to the division, right? Although I don't agree with and I'll say this too. I went on record to say that incident had absolutely no bearing on the game the next day. None whatsoever.
Right.
They were just outplayed, outcoached. It had nothing at all to do with it. Judge Mathis, I don't think he holds the reverence in the black community anymore like he once had. And sometimes when you start to lose that, you grasp at straws trying to get people to rally behind you in some type of way. And I to me, that's what that sounds like, a cry for, hey, I'm still your guy. Let's go. You know what I mean? Those two things have absolutely hurt. Again, I don't think it's I didn't think it was a color thing, but I do know he has a issue with, and I'm talking about Gino.
Yeah.
Women who get the best of him on a regular basis. I'll just say that. And so that's where I stand on it.
No, man, listen, I appreciate that. Talking to my man Monty Features here and everybody. I didn't really want to regurgitate the Gino and Coach Staley thing again. I felt like we said it all. Everybody's heard it. We all would love to just go ahead and get past it. And again, let's try to act like UCLA won the damn championship, because it keeps feeling like that's not what happened. You know, so on that level, let me offer my express apologies to this audience and having to sort of recontact here. But Monty, thank you for that. So let me go to Judge Mathis. You out of your damn mind, sir. And now I'm embarrassed for you, because then the thing is, all right, I get what you're trying to do. Like Monty said, it feels like you're trying to rally something and get people to somehow shift an attention your way as the Pied Piper, if you will, of let's defend the black women and let's not let the abuse happen. Let's take it out. Really? Judge Mathis, this is what you're really turning this and these esteemed coaches, man, in their corporate environment. Now, we understand that volatile emotions transgressed, and we have this, and we see that cooler heads are prevailing, and both of these people know they were probably, you know, not on their best display. That is obvious, and I think it should probably stay there in the spirit of sportsmanship, ladies and gentlemen. Not this black woman coach, man coach, and we get it, and we get the optics. As Monty said, Pat Summitt and Gino were very, very assertive in making it clear, I don't like him. Right. I don't like her. I might leave him on the road. Gino said, I wouldn't ask for the ride. I'm going to walk. It was like that. Who cares? That's fine. And I think somebody said, I don't know who it was. I don't know if I saw it on a national show. Hell, I don't know if Andy said it. But it was like, if it were two male coaches, we would laugh and find fodder in the whole thing. It would be a chuckle. You know what I mean? We might say something about some of the verbiage used maybe, but all Coach Auriemma really did still was say to her on some level, hey, cut the crap. The thing with the shaking of the hands, if in fact that's a deal and it's a rule, it's a custom, we get all of that. Now, did he have to make a reference to it and turn it into a pinpoint? No, that's the sore loser thing. You need something to try to itch at her about. So we'll do that. Now, this is why we said Coach Staley's reaction was inappropriate, because the optics changed and therefore the tenor of the entire exchange went to skyrocket level 1,000. Seriously, ladies and gentlemen. So to have Judge Mathis on again, and we appreciate his long-standing history and longevity on the television airwaves, I certainly respect that. But at the end of the day, this was inappropriate. This was a tone-deaf misstep out of you. And this is one of the times that as black people, we don't need you to speak. We didn't ask you to step in here. If you could just somehow go ahead and keep your opinions to yourself in a matter like this wasn't for you. The angle you started to take is beyond divisive, and there's nothing productive about anything in that narrative that you offered. And then to just finish it like this, guys, because we're going to hit this break, all right, and get into this doggone show today. I said it would be quick. To suggest somehow that is what affected the team on the ass whooping they received the following day. Now, granted, I'm not going to deny that some of the energy in the overnight and in that 48-hour window was certainly egregious and disappointing, and could in fact have had some emotional substance on the club. But At this level, we're not interested in that. The emotions are constantly switching and wafting and tanking and twisting. We don't want to hear that, sir. And to throw it, and it's almost like he threw that in as an extra once he realized, like, I'm talking stupid and this isn't really going anywhere. Let me now throw in the game and say Gino somehow came up with this gangster plan, which if he did, and that was cunning and cavalier in a way to do that, salute that too. Then it's still ultimate gamesmanship, and it's all good either way. Dawn Staley, you need to handle that. You've been smacked around the last couple of appearances. Is anybody going to mention that? And like I said, I love Dawn Staley. I just don't like how we played this, and I'm not here to defend Coach Gino at all, because that was very disappointing as the patriarch and the historical foundational figure that he has been, and Coach Staley kind of looking up to and revering him on her way through. You still got to take the highest road, sir, and that's for all of us gentlemen out here. But we're gonna take a break, man. Monty Features in here, man, right from the gate. I appreciate that. Andy Sanzada should be along a little bit later. We're going to be quick today, everybody, out of here at about 5:30. I have an event to go to, and the priority is my offspring, ladies and gentlemen. I think we all can get that. We'll be back, though. I got to talk about ESPN, man. People getting fired at ESPN. And I think it's bigger than just the fact that we have some revenue sort of spiking. It's a little bit heavier on the entire commentary. Sit tight. We'll come back on the road.
Stay close. Andre of the Savages is just warming up. 100.7 The Ticket. ESPN 100.7 right now, traffic.
No problem spots at this time. No accidents, no delays. We'll keep you updated. That's your Right Now traffic.
Are you watching a big sporting event with friends, having a party, or are you just too tired to make dinner? Then you need to call Mama Mary's Pizza, home of the famous 28-inch colossal pizza, equal to 4 large pizzas. Mama Mary's Pizza is authentic New York-style thin crust pizza. The thinner the crust, the better the taste. Get great discounts when you order online at MamaMarysPizza.com. Just go to the menu page and click on the deal section. Located in Holland on Airport Highway across from the big Kroger, Mama Mary's Pizza.
Just gotta Here's a great way to save money on your prescription medications. If you take Viagra or Cialis, we can give you a way to pay as little as $2 a pill. Compare that to prices as high as $60 per tablet. Call now with your prescription and pay as little as $2 a pill. We offer 24/7 service and always free delivery and confidential packaging. Call Pharmacy Shop 24/7 to get generic versions of Viagra or Cialis for as little as $2 a pill, plus free discreet shipping.
Weather from the Jim White Toyota Weather Center. Drive away in your new Toyota today at Jim White Toyota, Central Avenue Strip. Right car, right price, right now.
There's a chance of a shower as we continue through the afternoon with a high around 70 degrees. For tonight, 50 degrees for that overnight low, mostly cloudy with a chance of rain. And rain very likely as we get into Friday morning, while the high of 56 for the afternoon as we begin to see just a little bit of sunshine reemerge. In the First Alert Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Ross Ellis.
Whether you're an active person that wants extra supplemental movement, maybe you want to keep your legs active while you work, or you wish to support your therapy at home, or you just want to build strength, increase your mobility, flexibility, and boost your circulation, Ellipse was made for you. Power-assisted exercise that frees your mind to enjoy your favorite seated activities. Just plug it in, place your feet, select your speed, and relax. Ellipse does all the work for you. Call now and order Ellipse.
A day rates, they're for young people in perfect health. That's why everyone calls Big Lou the 50 to 60-year-old not-so-perfect candidate. Like you. You take prescription meds and you're overweight. Winner, winner, fried chicken dinner. Well, Big Lou works with life insurance companies that want people like you, with no surprises after you apply. In fact, if you're a 50-year-old guy with a few health glitches, Lou could probably find you $1 million of term life coverage for about $200 a month. So yeah, you need life insurance. But unless you're young and healthy, you gotta call Big Lou, because he's like you, older, heavier, and on meds too. Get a quote right now at 800-555-1509, 800-555-1509, or biglou.com.
Paid for by term provider.
Hey, it's Denny Schaefer, and let's talk cigars. I got 2 spots for you. First, North Coast Cigar in Port Clinton. It's basically your living room away from home. Grab a comfy seat, a beverage, light up, and catch the big game. Around here, relaxation isn't optional. It's expected. Just minutes from Lake Erie. North Coast Cigar is your perfect escape. Ask about joining their new private lounge opening this summer. Member access 24/7, 365. Kitchenette, large flat screen TVs. Also, annual memberships are packed with perks. Then there's Havana Cigar Outlet in Norwalk, the warmest cigar lounge in Northern Ohio. We're talking a huge public lounge, plus a beautiful private lounge with 2 massive 70-inch TVs, open 24/7, 365, plus annual memberships packed with perks. Try out their Great Lakes cigar, made in Nicaragua and only available at Havana Cigar Outlet, North Coast Cigar, and the Cigar Affair in Maumee. Go ahead, light up at your new favorite spot, North Coast Cigar in Port Clinton or Havana Cigar Outlet in Norwalk.
NBA Thursday on ESPN Radio. It's a California clash in San Francisco.
Here's Curry the other way, 3-on-3, pull-up triple, good!
While the Warriors are preparing for the play-in tournament, the Lakers are fighting to clinch home court advantage in the first round.
James step back deep, 2 hits at the horn!
The Lakers at the Warriors.
Coverage begins Thursday night at 9:30 p.m. here on Toledo's home for hoops, ESPN 100.7, The Ticket.
Why are we in here? Can't you do all this in their app? Well, I could, but I love spilling the tea with Andre. What Grandma said.
You're listening to Black and White Sports, where there is no gray.
On 100.7 The Ticket.
Back in here on this Theater Thursday. Ladies and gentlemen, we appreciate you. I am Andre of The Savages, coming to you live from Atlanta, Georgia. It's a remote today. I'm on dad detail, people. There's other things going on. You know, you all understand. All the parents out there, you know how you have to adjust at work to make sure you get to the event. So I don't know if any of you have spent any time in the greater Atlanta area. It's not a game with regard to this traffic here. And it's going to be bad here, real bad here shortly. It was crazy coming in from the airport, and that was the end of lunch. So, pretty familiar. Monty Features is here. He knows, too. He understands what this traffic is like. Josh Burnham may not understand, but he certainly is a traffic savant of the mind.
May I say that I've been to Atlanta 8 years ago, and I know that the traffic is bad. That's why I used, like I said, I suggested the MARTA rail service. It's helpful if you want to get to point B, but the only problem is this doesn't go up into Cobb County and some of the other suburbs.
That's right. That's right. You can't get all the way everywhere, Josh. No, it's all good. Listen, I don't think we're going to be able to implore the MARTA on this one. Yeah, we're going to have to get there and be expeditious about it. So hopefully you all will be kind and grant us a little grace today. So we may roll out a little early here, 5:30.
And man, make sure you tell my niece I said congratulations and break a leg, definitely.
Absolutely, man. It'll be fun, man. I'm sure. Like I said, it's an interesting show. You know, I had to run lines with her early on, so I'm a little familiar with the script, so to speak. You know what I mean? So it's gonna be interesting to watch that unfold. But you know, I've been watching her go through the process, man. The thing about it, I don't know if I said this to you, Monty. I might have talked about it on the show before. It's wild for me. This is a little bit different because I feel like, you know, we did this one because she came, she was home. Obviously, you know, I lost a close relative. I lost my aunt at the end of the year. And obviously she was home for that. And she let me know that, you know, she had an audition and she was actually getting ready to get back into her acting and, you know, so on and so forth. So we got an audition that we need to get ready for. And it started out with her kind of just doing her things. She was at the studio. Dad, I need the things. Let me get the tripods, the different things. She was out there doing her thing. Before I knew it, it started turning into a Q&A. And can you come help or come look at this? And what do you think?
Right.
After a while, now it's 2 hours has passed. I'm into the thing with her too. You know what I mean? And we going together, you know what I mean? And kind of dissecting and getting it where we liked it, and I told her when she had gotten done with that, if she were here, I'd have her tell you all. I told her you should probably get ready over the next few months to be at rehearsal, because when this casting director sees this, what you just did here, if I know my stuff at all, and it doesn't matter that you're my daughter, that has nothing to do with it. When these people see this and get a look at what you're doing here, I'd prepare to be in rehearsal. So, so I'm feeling that too. I feel like, this was she and I kind of together on this thing, man, and watching it play out. So like I said, I couldn't be more proud. Enough of that, people. I didn't talk like twice already today about why I'm down here talking about my daughter. All right. So yes, she's the lead in a play tonight, everybody. It's a musical and it's wild. And I get to watch her be a lead singer of a band. It's like she got the go-go's, Monty. It's like sitting in front center. It's like the band is like the go-go's. The rest, you know what I mean? So yeah, we get ready to do.
Oh, they definitely got the beats.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we're going to see, Josh. I kind of like the material. I don't know where this is going. I want to see, we might come out of this working on it. We might work on the album. See, they don't know. The other girls don't know. Hey, we can take this to another level. Trust and believe. But, I'm just going. I'm in the back, fellas. Well, I shouldn't say in the back. I believe we have purchased VIP seating, if I'm not mistaken. And, anytime they put something with the names on the people's seat and you can get some love I'm all in for that. Sign me up. So we did that. But I'm sure if I'm close to the stage, I might be asked to leave. Because if you ever see me watch anything my daughter's doing, certainly in this lane, and we're talking entertainment and just, that whole idea as a creative, just a chump, man. I'm gonna be in there just look at this ridiculous, man. You're not gonna want to tell him that we friends. You're like, that's not my boy. I don't know why he's out here crying like that, grown ass man.
Hey man, we got the family pride, man. It's all right to cry.
Oh, dude. It already started. So when she hit the thing, she comes out, I'm done. It's over. She starts saying lines, it's over. I've had this happen before. Her senior year at TSA was the last time she was on stage, and she was the lead in that show too, dude. And I was back there just embarrassed. And my sisters were looking at me like, are you serious, man? So here we go. Absolutely. We're doing that again. All right, everybody. So yes, we're back in here on this Thursday, everybody. Theater Thursday. I am Andre of the Savages. That's my man Monty Features you were just hearing there. He is a low post threat around here. Josh Burnham is the overall threat, period, man. Holding this thing together live at the studio back in South Toledo, ladies and gentlemen. All right. So we continue. 877-909-1007 is how you hit us up. You want to send a text and drop us a line. We always appreciate that. But let me get back in here, man. As we left, I mentioned that we have some things happening over at the old network. Apparently, everything has, I shouldn't say, let me not frame it this way, like it's sudden and there's some sort of missed story that people are not getting wind of. When I mention ESPN the way I am, everyone, apparently revenue is down. I would imagine viewership is all over the place. We often talk about the ineptness that I am so eager to point out from these people. And that's probably just because I'm not on the team. If I was there, I'd be talking different. I'd probably be all in wearing gear. I have merch on and everything, everything I can put on. But I see a lot of things, and I've been seeing a lot of things, and a lot of people don't always have a lot of great things to say that have worked, are working, and are no longer working at ESPN. But apparently, guys, it looks like, hold on, let me see if I can get this story here, man. Because Josh, I didn't have my typical notes here today, so you guys got to bear with me as I'm doing an improv of my own here, notes and such. But let me get to this, if I may. It looks like, people, ESPN facing unfortunate decision after $100 million setback. Now, this comes from Yahoo Sports, and we had this yesterday, everybody. So, Josh, if you don't mind, real quick before we do this, and we can come back to the full screen graphic, but if we can, sir, let's break this up, as we would have to throw this in the category of missed shot.
This is Dudley. Misses everything.
So yesterday, everybody, we just kind of ran out of time. And the partnership between ESPN and YouTube TV has become one of the most important distribution deals in modern sports media. With around 10 million subscribers, YouTube TV has served as a key platform for fans to access ESPN's year-round programming, including the NFL, college football, and, of course, the NBA, especially as traditional cable continues to decline. The relationship, however, broke down in late October 2025 when Disney and YouTube failed to agree on a new carriage deal. The dispute centered on affiliate fees and bundling terms. Disney pushed for higher rates to reflect the value of ESPN's live sports rights, while YouTube resisted increases that could force it to raise subscription prices for users. The standoff led to relatively a 2-week or 15-day blackout, which ESPN, ABC, and other Disney-owned channels were removed from YouTube. At the height of football season, millions of subscribers lost access to major broadcasts, including Monday Night Football and key college football games. Now, the fallout is hitting internally. ESPN is reportedly planning layoffs of around 30 employees, primarily people in off-camera roles, directly tied to what has been described as an unexpected revenue dip caused by the YouTube dispute. Well, this is not necessarily shock value content here because, Monty, I don't know if you recall that in that situation when that went off. That was obviously very recent. How did that? Were you one of the people too? Because a lot of people were on fire about that, man, and thinking like, where's this going to end? What's going on here, and how can this happen? But I was wondering, do you recall that at all, and how that affected you, if it did?
I do, and what people the one thing about consumers is that they are creatures of habit, right? And so when they're used to getting their information or entertainment somewhere, and then they can no longer get it, they find other places to get it, and it's hard to make them come back, right? So when you have and I'm gonna just call it a work stoppage. When you have a work stoppage like that, you may get some of them back, but a majority of them is going to continue where they feel like the service is consistent. And that's unfortunate. And ESPN had a long run because for a long time they were the major or the only all sports network. And now you have all of these other streaming services where you can catch bits and pieces, everywhere. And like I said, people are creatures of habit, man.
Yeah, no, it's certainly hit a level of intercession that no one could have planned for. It's not the sort of thing that you can foresee. And as someone who has worked in this industry for the better part now of a quarter century and beyond, and being able to watch the various transitions, throughout that period, it certainly is par for the course with respect to it is a standard that now belongs to the public, even though the public is still disingenuously being muscled into a compliance. We talk about that a lot around here, compliance. We talked about it. It's a lot of places politically we could apply that, but certainly here in the sports realm, everything now is a forced compliance. Even as we were talking yesterday, we keep trying to figure out what to do with the NIL and how do we, get some sort of jurisdiction on things. Like, you're not, because again, it was an inevitable conclusion. We're here, and no one really respectfully planned for the possibilities, even though they were on the table. And I would have to imagine that ESPN had to have known, and certainly YouTube was well aware, you know what I mean, that this was going to be a significant fallout, even if not appearing to be so on the surface, because they put it back and it seemed like it just kind of went away and we kept it moving. No, you didn't keep it moving, because what was lost in that little cross section You know what I
Right.
mean? That's a dicey place to play this type of game of strong arm. And I guess, where's the leverage really at? What the position is really saying. But the one thing about all of this, people, no matter if we apply it to sports, money, if we put it on entertainment, if we put it in politics or well, I shouldn't say politics a little less, because I think the presence, as I'm about to say, of the people, at the end of the day, it's almost like you still get a final voice. It feels like they keep selling us that politically, and I think we're all pretty clear now. I think that's evident that is certainly a misnomer, to say the least. But as it pertains to what we request and what we require, or what we demand and will accept in terms of our content this day, we still possess a lot of power in that by simply saying, we're out of here. We keep repeating this about these leagues and these sports, which you guys aren't going to do. So we conversely say on that argument, leave it alone. All the itching about the calls and the different things that you don't like, and the fact that you realize that the sports are fiscally driven, don't wig out with that stuff anymore. You know what I'm saying? But just turn the tide and say, we really won't watch the NFL, but you don't mean that. We've said it many times over the years, but nobody honors that. They're right back there, 1 o'clock Sunday, Monday, Thursday, and on and on. So, it just speaks to every now and again, the people do get some say. And that little hiccup with YouTube wasn't appreciated. We're not here to dissect how far this could go, because we can question some of the talent, some of the narratives that pervade out of ESPN, and what the people kind of don't like. And it's getting stale. They don't love it, and they don't like a lot of the people. So there are a lot of ingredients to it. But I think a real wake-up call, man, that ESPN has certainly received. And it'll be interesting to see what kind of pivots are coming now, especially because the investment in the app game now and the stream game, there's no going back from that.
Right.
You know what I mean? So 100 million is just a small tip for now. You know what I mean? We might see something that, if not managed properly, and if ESPN keeps trying to play that strong arm game, they want it, nobody will leave us. I don't know if I believe that anymore. So
no.
One more frame, man. We're going to come back. One more frame. Josh, can we ring the bell? You got something for me? Ring the bell. I'm sorry, Josh.
Yeah, we got ring the bell. We got plenty.
Okay, brother. Let's take a quick break, man. One time. Hour almost complete, and we're going to shorten the show today, everybody. We're doing it live on the road. Impress us here. Sandman should be along shortly, everybody. Sit tight. It's Black and White.
When sports need a voice that doesn't play games, it's Andre of the Savages on Black and White Sports. 100.7 The Ticket. ESPN 100.7 right now, traffic.
No problem spots at this time. No accidents, no delays. We'll keep you updated. That's your Right Now traffic.
This report is sponsored by Staples. Staples has hundreds of great ways to boost your brand, like spectacular signs, brilliant brochures, eye-popping posters, mouth-watering menus, and more. Shop now through April 18th and save up to $125 on all your custom prints. Staples, that was easy.
Big news, Sylvania. Hungry Howie's is now open at 5502 Monroe Street. Celebrate with 25% off your regularly priced order. Use code 25OFF. Call 419-540-0400 or stop by today. Hungry Howie's flavored crust pizza is here.
Hi, I'm Cherise Sample Hughes, Women in Government Board Chair. Alzheimer's disease often starts subtly with a memory slip, lost word, or forgotten appointment. For patients experiencing memory and thinking issues, there are FDA-cleared blood biomarker tests that can help detect the buildup of proteins in the brain that can lead to the symptoms of Alzheimer's disease. That's why early detection and diagnosis are so important. Sharing details about your memory and thinking issues with your doctor can help determine if testing is right for you. Find more at womeningovernment.org.
This is Lieutenant Governor Jim Tressel. If you're driving and take a quick glance at your phone, more can happen than you might think. Because taking your eyes off the road for even just a moment is like driving the entire length of a football field blind. Don't let those few seconds distract you from what's right in front of you. Phones down, eyes up, Ohio.
Hi
there, I'm Melissa Cater from Tom Cater Auto Sales. Looking for a car but worried about your credit? At Tom Cater Auto Sales, we understand that life can throw curveballs. We specialize in helping customers with all credit types get behind the wheel. Our family-owned dealership offers a wide selection of quality pre-owned vehicles at affordable prices. Whether you're a first-time buyer or have experienced credit challenges, our dedicated team is here to assist you every step of the way. Visit Tom Cater Auto Sales at the corner of Lasky and Douglas today, 419-475-1700.
Hi, it's Mookie. April is Diamond Month at Northwood Jewelers. Now through April 25th, when you purchase an engagement ring from Northwood Jewelers, you'll receive a free 1-carat lab-grown diamond. That's right, a 1-carat diamond absolutely free. Plus, get half off diamond hoops and enjoy interest-free financing all month long. And with all the other sales on diamonds, make sure you visit Northwood Jewelers this Diamond Month at 4612 Woodville Road. 3 generations of diamond expertise. Northwood Jewelers, service before, during, and after the sale.
Hey, it's Denny Schaefer, and let's talk cigars. I got 2 spots for you. First, North Coast Cigar in Port Clinton. It's basically your living room away from home. Grab a comfy seat, a beverage, light up, and catch the big game. Around here, relaxation isn't optional. It's expected. Just minutes from Lake Erie. North Coast Cigar is your perfect escape. Ask about joining their new private lounge opening this summer. Member access 24/7, 365. Kitchenette, large flat screen TVs. Also, annual memberships are packed with perks. Then there's Havana Cigar Outlet in Norwalk, the warmest cigar lounge in Northern Ohio. We're talking a huge public lounge, plus a beautiful private lounge with 2 massive 70-inch TVs, open 24/7, 365, plus annual memberships packed with perks. Try out their Great Lakes cigar, made in Nicaragua and only available at Havana Cigar Outlet, North Coast Cigar, and the Cigar Affair in Maumee. Go ahead, light up at your new favorite spot, North Coast Cigar in Port Clinton or Havana Cigar Outlet in Norwalk.
78% of Americans live paycheck to paycheck. Even high earners, over 60%, have under $1,000 saved. But a new money move is making way. Welcome to the 24K Life, created by financial performance coach Derek Gant. The 24K Life is where high achievers master their money, sharpen their mindset, building unshakable confidence and wealth. If you're done with the survival mind and are ready to thrive, visit 24klife.org. The 24K Life. Be your best. Get the best. Leave nothing to chance.
Will put you in a lonely place every time if you really live the truth. Most people I know, if I tell them the truth, they don't want nothing to do with me, especially the women I deal with.
Right. So
I might be tripping to most people, but I am tired of lying to people that I actually like to be with.
You're listening to Black and White Sports, where there is no gray.
It's a Theater Thursday around here, everybody. We appreciate you guys hanging with us each and every day. We do this 4 to 6 p.m. It's called Black and White Sports. 100.7 FM here in the greater Toledo, Ohio area. It just so happens I'm not there today. I'm here in Atlanta, Georgia. Actually, we are chilling hard, and we're going to chill harder soon. I'm going to a show tonight, people. Yeah, I'm going to the theater. I'm excited about that. I like the theater. I'm a real actor. Real actors appreciate the theater. We like the people in the movies. That's cool. That's great. But theater actors, that's something like the truth. Check with anybody else who might be a thespian in your life. Ask them. All right, we're back in here. 877-909-1007. My name is Andre of the Savages. That man in the middle, middle square right here. This is Monty Features in the middle. And then Josh Burnham on the far end over there for those of you who can see us online here, Facebook Live, of course, at Black White Sports, and of course online at 1007theticket.com. Click the Listen Live tab when you get there. And of course, we are on YouTube as well on Savvy Television doing it live. So thank you very much, everyone, for being here. All right, Monty, let's go. Josh, let's ring the bell real quick, Josh, before Monty gets out of here, man. We're way late on it. We're all off here, but it's okay. It's an improv show. We're out of here at 5:30, man. Nobody gives a damn. We don't care, Josh. We're not following anything. We're wrong right now. Let's go. I thought you was going to the open.
Want to ring the bell? All right. Ding, ding.
Yeah, we're waiting for you to say the
ring the bell.
Anthony Butler stuff.
All right, Josh, what are you doing right now? What have you ever jumped on and talked right there? Have you gone crazy? Josh, we were doing so well. We were flying by the seat of our pants, sir, and you have crashed the plane just like that. Stop being arrogant like that, Josh. This is not like you. It's very unbecoming.
Okay.
Disappointing. Come on, let's regroup. Can we regroup? We call a timeout. We put our hand in 10 and ready, Josh? 1, 2, 3, team. Ring the bell. Let's resume. The Hens go down, people, to St. Paul. 4-3, the final in 13. Josh, is this what you're telling me?
Yep, 13 innings. It was a epic affair. The Hens batters struck out 20 St. Paul Saints, but they could not get the necessary runs to get the win as they fell in extras 4-3.
Okay. Early stuff. Monty, I don't know, you a big mud hen guy? You ever get out to the park?
I check them out, but normally I don't really get invested till like playoff times. But you know,
yeah, and that's been a while. Yeah, we've been struggling in that department. You have to see the walleye for that, sir. Oh, by the way, to everybody, before we hit this next story, Matt Melzak, let me make that clear too. I mentioned he might be around today. No, Matt and I we had our signals crossed. Next week, the big dog will be joining us, and we'll get to it as Monty was saying. This is a little playoff talk to add to our fish around here. So we'll get to that, man, and talk to the big dog, Matt Melzak, next week. All right, Josh, pick that back up. I'm sorry. Detroit Tigers, I believe, is what we had happening. Sorry about that, sir. Yeah, let's continue. Tigers in Minnesota last night, and they blow up my damn parlay. I knew it right effing way. It was over with these guys. I don't know what to make of this. I was clowning the Reds, and I had that all wrong. Guardians have been solid. Reds also seem so. Tigers, I'm not sure what's going on. And now we have Scooble out here. What, Joshua, isn't he 1-2 at this point?
Well, actually, yeah, Scooble was 1-2, but it was Valdez that started and got the loss.
Well, I know that, Josh. I'm talking about overall. See how you do? This is that thing you do. I'm well aware that he didn't start. That's not the point. The Tigers suck right now. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, they're playing not to their abilities. Maybe the cold weather, maybe the early start, maybe it's the rust, who knows? But they better get together before the real nitty-gritty comes together.
Well, you can't have it going on. You got Cleveland out here doing this, and this is not anything we saw on the forecast at all, because we thought there would be dissension and trying to figure out how to regroup after scandal. And there's been no mention. These guys have come out on flame thus far. And what did they do last night? They smacked the Royals around 10-2. So, you know, Monty, I don't know. Like I said, we thought Detroit was the look coming in based on what we got last year. Both teams were very interesting down the stretch in the Guards and the Tigers. But thus far, the Guardians looking like, you know, the momentum is here. I'm not sure what the Tigers doing. And a raggedy Verlander already, which we know.
Yeah, I've been tinkling with the FanDuel, just putting it in, not really pressing the buttons. But I had both of those yesterday. I would have made a little money.
See, let me let you in on a little secret, big dog. Let me
when
tell
I
you
hit
what's
the
gonna
button,
happen, Monty.
Right?
Yeah. So as soon as you get to hitting that damn button, Jack, that's where the reality kicks in. Somehow, magically, and you're never right. You never be right again. As soon as you push the damn button, you can forget it, Jack. That's all it's gonna be. All right, Josh, what else we got? We got any more?
Guardians.
Okay, yeah. Well, no, we said it. We got Tigers.
No, the Reds.
We got that. We said it. Oh, Reds. My bad. Reds and Marlins. And like we said again, Reds busy, but not last night. The Marlins, though, were due to get them. I think they had won all the games thus far, right, Josh? I think that is the first Marlin win of this series. I could be wrong. I think
that's it. The first Marlin win of the series.
Yeah, because I've been betting on the Reds. Reds been cool. All right, there you go. 7-4 your final there. All right, ring the bell. Brought to you by Athlete Butler, everybody. We continue on NBA now. K, last night, the return of the Cadillac. Monty, you like this. 137-111 over the Bucks. No shock there. Sort of easy money to get, I guess, if we were betting that. Usually, I would be a little leery of a game like that, but you can't really get much worse than the Bucks actually are. But you like this. Good sign for the Pistons, Monty. Cade shows up and, quality work to get started here. I know Josh will have the figures, but your thoughts on these Pistons, man, as we get down the stretch here. This is the final days of the regular season.
It'll be interesting to see how they finish the season. Cade looked decent last night. Cade looked real good last night, and the East is going to be. I'm interested to see how the East is going to shake out. Like I said, with Cleveland, New York, the Pistons, and there's one more team. I can't think of the other team.
I'll tell you, you might want to mention, the Charlotte boys in this situation, but that's a little bit further down the ledger there. But again,
right,
a lot of the teams in the East pretty solid in terms of standings and the way that's going to shake out when we start getting into these series. The matchups are going to be key, but people should know that I if I'm not mistaken, positions at least 3 through really down into the play-in teams
Boston.
on the East. All these people can, well, of course, the Celtics, of course, but
Boston
but
was the other team I was thinking
of. In a game or two. It's like a game,
Right.
like a game to 3. We got
Right.
about 6 teams that could all end up in a different spot next week. You know what I mean? Unlike the West. The West is kind of locked in there. There's a little bit of jostling with the Lakers now and seeing how they're going to finish and the Rockets. So you may have some change up there, and maybe Denver ends up in the 3rd spot or something like that. But nonetheless, we heating up, and you like Cade Cunningham back, Piston Nation. All right. Well, we're going to wrap it, man. That's hour number 1 around here. Monty Features, I appreciate you, man, hanging with me. I
Yeah.
definitely needed you in here today. All right?
No problem.
So thank you very much. Man, you have a wonderful evening, sir.
You as well.
I will
And again-
extend your well wishes.
Yes, that's
I
what
will,
I said.
brother.
Tell Nisi, I said break a leg. Yep.
Absolutely. I will do that, my brother. Appreciate you, man. We get back at it tomorrow. Josh Burnham, thank you. That was Ring the Bell, brought to you by Anthony Butler. He is the master barber and stylist. Don't forget, give him a call. The weekend is here. 419-407-0880. It's a 5-star Google rating. We will be back with the Mama Mary's Mozzarella Minutes, the final 30 minutes of today. I got to break out of here a little early. People, please forgive me. Sit tight. We'll be back at 5:05. Sandman going to join us.
His Store and More, the Man Superstore Studios. This is 100.7 WQQO HD2 Sylvania, Toledo, a Cumulus media station.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-8695. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-8695. That's 800-575-8695. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Hey, it's Denny Schaefer, and let's talk cigars. I got 2 spots for you. First, North Coast Cigar in Port Clinton. It's basically your living room away from home. Grab a comfy seat, a beverage, light up, and catch the big game. Around here, relaxation isn't optional. It's expected. Just minutes from Lake Erie. North Coast Cigar is your perfect escape. Ask about joining their new private lounge opening this summer. Member access 24/7, 365. Kitchenette, large flat screen TVs. Also, annual memberships are packed with perks. Then there's Havana Cigar Outlet in Norwalk, the warmest cigar lounge in Northern Ohio. We're talking a huge public lounge, plus a beautiful private lounge with 2 massive 70-inch TVs, open 24/7, 365, plus annual memberships packed with perks. Try out their Great Lakes cigar, made in Nicaragua and only available at Havana Cigar Outlet, North Coast Cigar, and the Cigar Affair in Maumee. Go ahead, light up at your new favorite spot, North Coast Cigar in Port Clinton or Havana Cigar Outlet in Norwalk.
78% of Americans live paycheck to paycheck, but you don't have to. The 24K Life created by financial performance coach Derek Gant, giving you high achievers the system to master money, mindset, and success. Are you ready to rise? Visit 24klife.org. Live 24K.
NBA Thursday on ESPN Radio. It's a California clash in San Francisco.
Here's Curry the other way. 3-on-3. Pull-up triple. Good.
While the Warriors are preparing for the play-in tournament, the Lakers are fighting to clinch home court advantage in the first round.
James steps back deep. 2 hits it the horn.
The Lakers at the Warriors.
Coverage begins Thursday night at 9:30 p.m. here on Toledo's home for hoops, ESPN 100.7. The Ticket.
We all know shift happens.
And this month is a prime example.
Because major market shifts are making car buying affordable again.
Right here at Williams Brothers Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram.
Inventory is up and interest rates are down.
Banks are actively looking for buyers.
And that means right now you could save up to
$4,000 on a new Jeep.
Based on the price of the new Jeep you picked during our Declaration of Deal sales event.
That's real savings powered by a market shift in your favor.
Lower prices are in high gear and affordability is finally back where it belongs.
So if you've been waiting for the right moment to upgrade,
this may be the perfect time to shift into something nicer and newer.
Our team works hard to help you drive a car that you actually love.
For a monthly payment that makes sense.
Right now, you can save up to
$4,000.
Based on the price of the new Jeep you pick.
But don't wait.
Shift happens and will only last until the end of the month.
I'm Matthew.
And I'm Rhonda.
And we're your dealers for the people.
Visit us in Dundee or Monroe.
See all the shift-worthy savings at WBDundeeDeals.com.
Credit requires bank approval. Vehicle purchase price determines actual credit allowance. Negative equity may be refinanced. Nicer, newer, and for the people are registered trademarks used under license offer absolutely ends April 30th, 2026.
Welcome back, Glass City, Lucas County, Southeast Michigan. We appreciate you. Black and White Sports continues on this Theater Thursday. But I think sometimes the drama can end up in your home or living room, especially if you are an enthusiast for gaming, perhaps working at home, or maybe running multiple devices at once. Allow me to introduce an exclusive offer available now for my good friends at Rocket Internet. They're offering you 600 megabits per second for only $9.99 per month, or a full gig for only $19.99 per month. It's kind of a no-brainer, everybody. Both plans include Wi-Fi equipment, unlimited data, no contract, and a 3-year price guarantee. Visit GetRocketInternet.com or call 567-3-ROCKET to check availability and sign up. Rocket Internet is a prepaid internet service. Professional installation is required and a one-time activation fee applies. Offer subject to change or may be canceled without notice. Visit the website GetRocketInternet.com or call 567-3-ROCKET for full details.
Welcome back to Black and White Sports with Sav Sinclair.
Good afternoon. My name is Montgomery Blair Sibley. I'm the attorney for Sinclair. First, the National Press Club rents space. They do not condone or endorse the views of the people who rent the space. And as a result, he's allowed to get up and say what he wants to say. Mr. Sinclair is going to make a brief statement. You will be provided copies of that statement once he's done. And after that statement, he will entertain any reasonable questions and try to answer them. The procedure for doing that will be this microphone, because we're being recorded and we want to make sure your questions are recorded so that we get a full question and answer for the video that's being made today. That said, Mr. Sinclair?
You're listening to Black and White Sports, where there is no gray.
All right, back in here. Hour number 2 begins. Fastest buck 20 in sports. We call it Black and White Sports. All right, thank you guys for coming out of the halftime locker room with us.
877-909-1007 is how you get in on the conversation. You want to leave us a text, maybe a comment. It's all good. We appreciate that. Brought to you by our good friends at the Bellamere Suites and the Wake Up Call line. All guests as well, as we will get Andy Sanzada in here in a moment. Got about 25 minutes, just a little under that to go. We will roll out of here at the bottom of the hour today, everybody. A little bit early. I'm on dad detail, people. I have an appointment. I have somewhere I have to be. And I'm in a very crowded city, highly populated, that has an egregious traffic issue. And we must go in and endure. We're going to have to leave a little earlier. I hope you understand. All right. 877-909-1007 is how you get in on it. If you do want to hit us up, we now get into the Mama Mary's Mozzarella Minutes, the traffic jam portion of the program. Thank you to our good friends at Mama Mary's. Listen, I'll keep it brief today, Josh, because I want to get Andy in here. Let's get rapping around here. All right.
Correct.
Please just use the promo code, people. That's all I want to tell you today to save 20% off your order, which you should be getting too, because the weekend is here. You should be calling Mama Mary's or just do it online, please. MamaMarysPizza.com. Enter the promo code BUCK20, BUCK20 for 20% off your order. All right. Southside's finest around here. Thank you very much, Frank. All right, 867-9991 in the greater Toledo area. But please, I encourage you, make that order online and get rocking with that promo code. All right, let me get my man in here, man. I don't have time to mess around. It's going to be quick. I got to talk to him. It's something we got to get to, people. All right, and I'm ready for it. Andy Sanzada, ladies and gentlemen, all boots in the 216 on the ground belong to him. But he's got the 419 in his heart because he is a Rocket alum, all right? And a BCSN pioneer. Andy Sanzada, good afternoon, man. I appreciate you coming early, brother, jumping on the phone for me, because we're gone, Andy. 5:30, you show up, Jack. We're long gone, man. I got to get to the show, Andy. You know what's going down here, man.
Yeah. No, big night for you guys and for the family and for my niece. So I hope everything goes outstanding, and really happy that you're able to get down there and everything worked out today.
Absolutely, man. Thanks and gratitude. Again, travel mercy given by the good Lord today, man. So, yeah, we here, man. We on the ground, and we're going to get moving here shortly. So I appreciate you, man, like I said, making that adjustment, coming to me on the phone today. A couple of things, man, but really, mainly, let's do this because we haven't been able to get to it. Obviously, we are here. Activities have begun today, and we're getting about the business of making the cut and all of this here soon as we go into Friday, a big happening down here in Georgia at an adjacent town near me, Mr. Sanzada. So if you would, perhaps, if you could brief us here. Obviously, I'm hearing a lot of talk, and of course, my man Scheffler right at the heart of this thing, and they're telling me he feels good, sharp. Again, prepared is the terminology I recall him using with regard to how he's coming in here. Then there's Rory, the return man. What do you do on the back-to-back appearance? You got your green jacket now, dealing with the perks and everything. And Andy, is there a Bryson DeChambeau in here? Is there somebody in this thing that I'm not seeing? The oddsmaker's telling me Scheffler, I had to lay something down on him just because. That's just out of respect. But talk to me about something I'm not seeing, brother. It's time to start it up. Augusta is here.
Yeah, well, I can only say this because he's in the lead today, but Sam Burns had a career record, a career round at Augusta today, and he's 5 under. He's tied for the lead. So I don't think he's going to go away. I think Rory's playing the best golf he's played at Augusta because the pressure's off now. He won the major last year. He won the Grand Slam. He can just show up to Augusta now and play golf. So I definitely think he's going to be in the mix. Obviously, Scotty's there. The talk about DeChambeau, I didn't understand it. This is not a course that plays well to his game. He's too big of a hitter. He doesn't play the course smart enough. He's too aggressive. And Augusta's not a course you can be aggressive on. There's only certain holes you can be aggressive with. And his style of gameplay does not lead well to Augusta. So I was surprised to see the bettors had him as one of the favorites. He's 4 over, just to prove my point. He's 9 shots off the league already.
Yeah, well, yeah, I could tell you. I'm looking here at the outright winners now, and certainly some of these odds have changed, like you said, Andy. Action in motion at this point, so it becomes a live bet situation. And as you mentioned, DeChambeau nowhere to be seen. Again, Rory right now sitting on top of the deal, and Scheffler right there. Justin Rose in the mix, and Schauffele there, Xander Schauffele right there too. And like you said, Sam Burns hovering. Yep. So that's your top 5 at this juncture. But yeah, it's underway, man. The weekend is here. Who do you like though? Anybody that you want to see? Is there anything you're looking for? Obviously, the people. Of course, we had that whole intercession with Tiger Woods not being a part of the framework, and many people had hoped that would happen. So without that, though, Andy, I still think the power, the tournament is there. I mean, I'm going to be checking in on it, and I'm not an enthusiast that way, but I think all my golf heads here today. But what are we looking for, Andy? Anything that you can throw at me that I might look at here that's not in this leaderboard currently?
Well, I think there's a couple guys that are a couple shots back that can get in the mix on the weekend. Justin Thomas, Jordan Spieth, I think they're always a possibility because their game plays well to the course, and they've found their game over the last couple weeks. They gained a lot of confidence from playing well in the par 3 yesterday. So those are a couple other guys I would keep an eye on. But I think the guys that are at the top are going to stay at the top throughout the weekend. I don't really see anybody falling off here, especially because the conditions are going to play in favor of the players. It's going to be in the 70s and the 80s all weekend. No rain is in the forecast. So I think that means that you're going to see a lot of low scores throughout the weekend.
Talking to Andy Sanzada here, everybody, for a quick moment, man. We appreciate him checking in on the phone today. Black and White Sports, live from Atlanta, Georgia. Josh Burnham back at the hub in the studio, South Glass City, and Andy comes to us from the 216. All right, that was a little bit on the Masters. We'll come back and maybe we'll see what might be interesting to discuss tomorrow as we get closer to the intensity of the Masters weekend. All the buzz certainly around here down south, even in the A, that people are talking about. I was in the airport, they were going, a few guys going off about that. But Andy, let me shift to this, brother. We didn't get to talk about all things that I wanted to yesterday and everything, but let me do this. And a conversation that I've been meaning to have with you, because I'm not sure how serious I take this. They keep referring to it. I don't like the strength with which the suggestive energy on Deshaun Watson really being an integral factor by the time we get to August. Obviously, the voluntary workouts and things, Shedeur Sanders and everything that comes with him and that we've experienced. Andy, what can you say to me? We haven't dealt with it a lot, and I gotta believe, man, that thing is starting to crank up and cook up. Or is it a bunch to do about nothing? But it just doesn't feel like it.
No, there's a lot there. Deshaun Watson wants his job back. He's not just going to hand it over to Shedeur. And Deshaun Watson is playing for his career. He's not just playing for the season. Because when that contract ends at the end of the season, the Browns obviously aren't going to keep him around unless he somehow picks him to the Super Bowl, which we all know is not going to happen. I just think that he's going to have a lot to say about it, and management is going to allow him the opportunity because they paid him the guaranteed money.
Yeah.
As much as the fan base wants to see Shedeur, I just want to see a quarterback that can win. If that happens to be Deshaun Watson, I'm okay with that. If he's healthy and he's found his game again, maybe we can finally get what we were supposed to get from day one with this guy.
That's interesting.
I just want to see.
Go ahead, Andy. I'm sorry.
I just want to see the Browns. I just want to see the offense move the ball down the field. If that's Watson or that's Shedeur, I don't care. But now that you have an offensive coach in Todd Monken, you've got to be able to put up points. And Todd Monken will pick the quarterback that can do that.
Talking to Andy Sanzada here. I had to have a few words, certainly out of Cleveland. And you guys have been hearing this. Deshaun Watson here and there. We still weren't sure what the hell was going to happen with Shedeur anyway. And so now we seem to have a relative continued enigma here. But Andy, I was not necessarily surprised to hear you say it, but I mean a little bit taken back. You sound very accepting. Would you say that maybe a lot of the fan base is of this mindset too? Because there doesn't appear to be a lot of outrage when you do hear the possibility of Watson getting back in this thing. And like you said, coming to reclaim his job, if you will. But maybe what is it for you that makes you say, Sam, hey, I could take it or leave it either way. As long as, we're rocking, I can deal with Watson. And I don't know that was the case if I had talked to you, man, a year or two ago.
Well, the thing is, he's been injured, obviously, but he's been working really hard in rehab to get back to a place where he can compete for the position. And, I just would I'm the kind of person, Sam, that just wants to see somebody be successful.
Yeah.
And he's had a lot of bad things happen to him in his career, but I've never wished ill will upon Deshaun Watson. I just want to see him be successful. And if it happens to be with Cleveland, then that's a bonus. But the thing about it is, Shedeur hasn't done anything to tell me that he should be the starting quarterback either. And he had a little bit of an insight to the end of last year, but he didn't win any games. He didn't do anything spectacular to put the team in a position to be able to win. So I need the guy that can win me football games. And if that's Shedeur, fine. If that's Deshaun Watson, fine. If that's somebody else that's not currently in that quarterback room, that's also fine.
Interesting change of events, man. And very I must say intricate here as we get closer to the summer and the re-up of NFL consideration, man. I gotta say, people, Browns intriguing. You want to know. We'll be waiting on that as much as something else is happening. We want to know.
In volunteer workouts right now, there's still a lot of competition. So these guys are not going to wait until they have to be there. They realize the situation they're in, and they're going after it now.
You got to love that.
Yes, exactly.
Absolutely. Hey, and what happens to your boy, Andy? What they gonna do with Dylan Gabriel though? Does he survive until camp?
I think that they keep him around as a quarterback 3. They might even keep him on the practice squad, but I don't think opening day he's on the roster.
Yeah, I don't think that's a far-fetched notion. Talking to Andy Sanzada, everybody, always getting the word from Cleveland. Appreciate that. Hey, and real quick, well, we kind of talked about the Cavs a little bit, man. I'll leave them alone for today. But let me ask you this, Andy, because we didn't get to talk about this since we were talking Cavs, and I want to shift it more toward the East. I had a quick word with Monty, and I don't think we made enough of what's actually happening in the East with respect to the jambalaya that's going on in positions a little less than 2, but more so 3 through 8. And I'm saying including teams that will be in a play-in. All of these teams are within a game to 3, Andy, of significant movement and positioning. Yep. What say you about that, man, and how interesting? And what does that do with where you kind of felt like we need to be with the Cavs and what we think can go on? And remember, Atkinson and this talk about skipping, getting to this next round, that seems even crazier to think about now, looking at, again, this jumbo spec that we got going on.
Well, the Knicks have the tiebreaker with the Cavs. So I think that's why a lot of people have slotted Cleveland into that 4 spot, because it's going to take Cleveland winning out and New York losing out for the Cavs to jump to 3. And I don't think that's going to happen.
No, that's legit.
You talk about teams below the 4 spot. That's where it gets interesting. Atlanta has to win 1 game of the 2 they have left to clinch a playoff spot. If they clinch a playoff spot, they're probably going to be in the 5th spot, which puts them against Cleveland. But
Now,
I think Toronto is the team to keep an eye on.
no, okay, hold on before you go there, because I want to come back. I want to come back to your boys though, because I'm glad you said this as I'm sitting here in the A right now, and these Hawks definitely buzzing. But man, this thing really feels legit on a significant surprise energy with this team, because we have never had much conversation about the Hawks that I can recall anytime recently, and something is brewing here. Do you have concerns, Mr. Sanzata? Should you see this matchup? I feel like you should.
They're a young team that's hungry. They've got some talent, and they got a great head coach. But ultimately, what I saw last night proves to me that they can't match up with Cleveland, because Evan Mobley played the way he needs to play in that series. Jared Allen played the way he needs to play in that series. And Donovan Mitchell was Donovan Mitchell in the second half. So I think that because they anticipated that matchup, they played last night like it was a playoff game.
Yeah.
And that's why I think that there's nothing to worry about. I would say Cavs in 5 if they end up playing Atlanta.
All right. There it is, man. All right. And we can roll on that one, Andy. I know Josh wanted to get out of here at 5:25, everybody, and we certainly appreciate it, man. Hell of a job today doing it on the impromptu, Andy. I really thank you for that, man, and having to make a schedule shift like that. So we will definitely get back at it, man. Try to finish this week strong. Tomorrow, here from Atlanta, we will be back at it, everybody. I can tell you how the show went and all of that, so I'm sure it's going to be incredible. I'm staking my claim to that, and I will be in there, Andy, balling like a complete CISA champion, Rose Nyland captain of emotion. That's going to be me here shortly, my friend.
Yep.
But thank you
go
again,
do
brother.
Tonight, be proud.
Oh, man, I'm out of my mind, man. So loving that. And again, loving the work you put in here today, as well as Monty Features. And of course, Josh Burnham back at the studio there, always doing it. Josh, let's see what we can do tomorrow, brother. I appreciate you, man.
Hey, no problem. Just all you gotta do is wish your young lady good luck and break a leg.
Absolutely, man. Thank you from all of her uncles, man. I'm gonna make sure I extend all of those well wishes. And again, thank you all for tuning in to us for this abbreviated version and your understanding. Let me thank you for your patience in advance, everybody. All right, and your grace. For Josh Burnham, for Andy Sanzata, and for Monty Features, I am Andre of the Savages, everybody. Don't forget, we do it every day, 4 to 6, and we will attempt to do it better tomorrow. Again, live on location. We're here in the South, and we cranking up, man. The weekend might be, as they say, a little bit eventful, all right? So make sure your evening is as well. Please be kind. Enjoy this work tonight. I'll get you some picks or some plays tomorrow, man. I'm a little out of the loop. They don't do it like that in Georgia, all right? But again, never cheat on your wife, people. And by all means, you handle your business today. Curtain up.
Where we're at now, it can't be, what is the end going to look like? It has to be, we have to take care of business today and then tomorrow.
There is no tomorrow. There is no tomorrow. There is no tomorrow.
Just got a new ride or want to keep your used car looking new? Precision Auto